Hello, beautiful souls. Hello, everyone. um, I have really been having some deep conversations with God for, for a very long time, all my life. In fact, I am one with God, so we are always, in fact, talking as long as I am existing. It is myself and my Creator as one. But as you go through life and you go through ascension, this journey, it becomes more complicated in certain ways and simpler in other ways. The more we grow spiritually, the more we level up and rise in consciousness, the game starts changing. We see the quantum controls of this simulation. And we are here to go through the full experience. Once you reach a certain level of awareness, you feel like vibrationally your heart chakra is too big for you to exist in this purgatory in-between state, living in a false matrix under Satan's rules and authority, and shrinking ourselves to work little 9-to-5 jobs to fit in and to pay taxes and to pay governments, to fund our own oppression, and to live your life essentially as a slave for the dark forces. We're here to birth the new. We're not here to shrink ourselves and do the old. So once we really anchor into our energetic sovereignty with the Creator of all, we have no interest in energetically feeding the world that has been parasitic on us our whole lives and keeping us down, because we know our powers. We know that what we invest in energetically is what manifests. So we have to really truly take energetic stock. And we choose freedom. We choose God, heaven on earth, to embody that frequency. That is our personal choice. Because we chose ascension. We chose to break our chains and jailbreak our eternal souls. And we're here in the physical. We are matrix pirates, and we are the light. We are leading the way to freedom by being a living, breathing example of what is possible and what God can do when we surrender. But the higher we grow, the more the density tries to pull us down. And the dark forces wants us to really feel like they got us. Oh no, humanity is not ready to awaken. They want to continue to vote and to pay taxes, and they want to stay asleep and be in denial about everything that is unfolding. And it's like they have found comfort in their cage in a way to where just grasping the idea that consciousness is infinite is frightening them. And they have a cognitive dissonance towards it. And it's okay, you know, that's what's happening here, is that we are multidimensional souls awakening and remembering ourselves after having spiritual amnesia and thinking that we were just humans. We have been so lightning speed with our ascension that it's been isolating for us. Because even though we're all here together, people are in different levels of consciousness and they have different journeys and different awakening processes. So, we love people, but sometimes we have to really respect them for where they are without putting our reality onto them and projecting. Because that is between us and God, the journey that we walk and that we sign up for in this incarnation. But we have this awareness that makes us different in this world. And many don't perceive what it is about us that sometimes they find triggering. And it is an interesting life. It's an interesting journey and experience to be here and to surrender to God in such a way, but also to be here in this human physical vessel, living amongst other humans. But our consciousness is no longer human. And it is kind of a painful feeling because your soul is from heaven. We don't focus on the 3D and the physical the way that humans do. It's non-linear to us. But also at the same time, our human selves know that we only have a certain amount of time in these vessels to do what we came here to do. And we're here to do the best we can, to teach, to guide, to show the way, and to lead humanity to freedom. It's a journey. And we're here, and we're doing our best and staying, anchoring in the light and doing the best we can. And it's hard, but we keep going, and we can no longer and will no longer shrink our light and dim our shine. We're not here to try to shine brighter than anyone else. We are just here to do our best to help in this transition. And it's taken a lot of inner work for us to get to where we are. But I'll tell you, as an awakened soul who has expanded their heart chakra so big that we are eternal and one with God, it is hard to live in scarcity in the physical. It is hard to live in this matrix, and we don't want to sell out for a false god. We don't want to be corrupted or have any corrupting influences in our lives or fields whatsoever, because we know how the entities operate to get to us, and it requires absolute purity and alignment with Source for us to fulfill our mission to the highest of our ability. we have to raise our frequency to that which we desire and to manifest. And that's what we're doing. And we see the way forward. Our eyes have been opened, the veil is lifted, and we know our mission. It's to help humanity to get to a high vibrational frequency where we are heaven on earth. To teach ascension, to teach healing, to teach that you are the alchemist. You are the creator of your simulation. And that limits are mental constructs that can be overcome. The truth is love. The truth is God. The truth is oneness in this universe. There was never any separation. And we are all here to experience this incredible journey that we signed up for. We are experiencing this simulation with our God. And everything that we have experienced in our lives has been master crafting us for our highest good, for our highest growth. Custom tailored to what our soul's purpose was for coming here. Misalignment hurts so much after you have come so far on your journey. Being misunderstood, being objectified and mislabeled and shrunken down, where people can't see your soul's greatness and your light, and they would rather label you. Than to pay you honor. They see through the lens of their ego, not through their heart. That is divine protection built into this life, that people who are not vibrating in authenticity reveal themselves and masks fall off in the presence of our frequency. But it's a lonely feeling when you live in a world and feel so isolated, and like no matter what you do or who you are, people don't see you. So I'm here. I'm here. I'm vibrating in love. I've done a lot of work to get to this level and this awareness. And I'm still here in this physical vessel, and I'm like, every day it gets weirder. Every day, really, really weird stuff happens. And I'm like, okay, God, what is next? And God tells me, well, it's up to you. You get to decide what you are creating. It's like, you go through a certain level of ascension and the training wheels come off, and it's just you, and you are source, and you are the creator. And we look at this world and we're like, okay, well, I see the energies and entities at work here. The false matrix was designed to keep us in separation and to siphon our energy and to steal our sovereignty from us by tricking us into forgetting who we were. They tried to destiny swap with us. They tried to destroy our reputations, destroy our names, destroy, cause massive trauma to our bloodlines, to be passed down generation upon generation to, to get at us. But we are the warriors that came here to break the curse, to wake up and to heal our royal bloodlines from all of this oppression. What didn't kill us made us stronger. We are the alchemists, and every bit of it made us grow and advance in our quantum awareness. And it's quite amazing what consciousness is capable of as we grow at such an accelerated rate, that this is changing the way people perceive of this existence. Everything is quantum, everything is consciousness. We are infinite. And when we remember how powerful we are and use our energy with focused intention and love, there's no stopping us. And that's why I have worked so hard. That's why I won't give up on humanity, because I know what we can do. And I know that God has done it to me, and God can do it to everyone. We can all overcome the mind control programming and manipulation that we were indoctrinated with. We can heal our bloodlines and to restore the natural course of human evolution back to its eternal divine state. They didn't want us to heal. They wanted us living in survival mode, fight or flight, our nervous systems on high alert and our cortisol levels raised. They wanted us stressed out so that we would shrink ourselves and sell our souls to Satan. But the gig is up. And now humanity is seeing that there is a choice. And that you can choose the higher timeline. You can choose God. And to surrender. And it's really a simple choice. And that's all I want. This is my proposition to you, because I don't want to live in purgatory at all. It is too painful. My soul has worked too hard and is from a much more beautiful world than this hell matrix simulation. And if conditions don't improve in my life soon, I will be asking God to unplug me. To say that, you know what, we tried our best. We didn't do a perfect job, but we tried. And we didn't give up. And we stayed loyal. And we fought for humanity. We awakened to our divine purpose, and we saw that the game was rigged. So we started calling out the shots, announcing what the devil's playbook was and how it was intricately designed against humanity, against God. So we've done our best. We've done a really good job. And God loves us for it. And we can keep going and leave this world and say, you know what? It was an experience. It was a journey. And you know, it was amazing. The highest highs, the lowest lows. We had so much heartbreak, we had so much healing that we worked for the higher good, for humanity, for all souls on earth. Animals are souls too. They're beautiful souls at that. And we could leave this world and say, you know what? We did what we came here to do, and the rest is up to you, humanity. Take it, you know? Hello. The bees are really super cute and hanging out today. Yeah, still flying around. So, what I'm saying is that I don't want to settle for small or shrink myself in my life. It is go big or go home. My soul came here to do a job, to teach, to be a light in this world, and to birth the new. We've come too far to go back, and we won't shrink ourselves and play small in Satan's world. We are here to create, and we have the light and guidance within to do so. And it is a big job that our souls signed us up for, but we've been doing the work to rise to it. And now we see and remember that this was always the plan all along. And that God has been preparing us to be leaders our entire lives. They're everywhere. They're so cute. I love bees. I love all animals. They're all over the place. So we get distracted easily, but I love bees. They're friends. But what I want to say and finish saying is actually very important. And I need to get somewhere a little bit quieter to talk about it. So just bear with me a moment. I am going through a lot in my life, and I'm tired. I'm very tired because I'm 43, and it's been spiritual warfare our whole lives. And we're living this amazing experience with God at the same time. Our angels, our ancestors, Holy Spirit, God, always finds a million ways every single day to show us we are not alone. Because they know that we feel everything. And that it's hard for us to be so big in a world so small. We always have to remind ourselves to breathe, to overcome the cortisol, because the human experience is to be in a frazzled state, you know, at least in this world, and with all the things designed to stress us out. We have to prioritize our own healing and prayer above everything else. Because the world is a better place when we are centered. And that's it's a line from the She Center, is that goddess energy is love. It is healing. It is nurturing. The bees knew it. The queen, her frequency kept the hive going. Women are divine vessels with magical superpowers. Women who are anointed by God, mission activated, awakened, and focused, devoted. We are changing the corrupted blueprint. We are recoding it with the divine. And showing the way. We're always ascending, we're always growing, we're always evolving, but every single day we do our best to continue to spread our light and to spread our awareness so that we can all energetically show up to the table to discuss the transition from the dark ages into sovereignty and into the age of light. We are doing everything that we can to be a bridge between the heavens and the earth and to help out in this transition. And it's taken us all of our lives to awaken to our divine purpose. But all of our lives, we always felt this weight. We always felt like we were carrying the weight of the world, because we are. We always felt that there was a deeper responsibility and purpose that we came to Earth for. And nothing felt right about shrinking ourselves and playing small in the matrix. We had to fully let go and surrender to God so that we could remember the truth. And when I had my first activations, I was hooked. Everything had to change, and after that I had fully surrendered my life over and over and over for higher healing and higher alignment every single time. And God has really worked so many miracles within me to help me to get here. There have been so many that I've loved and so many I've had to let go of, but I am so grateful for this experience, for what we have learned, and for the incredible growth that we have had on this journey. We are living countless miracles, and it is happening within us every single day. And it's like the outer world hasn't had a chance to catch up to the inner world, to the inner growth that we are doing. And we've been feeling the imbalance. As our souls have worked miracles, but we're here in the physical, and people, still think that the patriarchy is real and that women are weak and powerless, and we're not. And it's degrading to be a woman, to be treated like you're small in a world that you created and you remember creating. And that's the truth. I mean, we are the creator. And I am trying to leave my ex-husband and to find a home on earth, and I have $5,000, not even. I got my passport and I want to move to Bali, but I have only God as a safety net. And I don't know anyone out there. I don't have any support system in place on earth, and that is a scary feeling. Even though my soul is sovereign to God, the human part of me is not feeling the support that I need. And the human experience is so humbling. And I don't feel like I should have to beg for basic necessities like a home and, a piece of land to grow my own food on. It's a soul siphoning matrix by design, and they're like, if you don't shrink yourself for us, then you're an outcast. You're to be tossed out to live on the streets and be treated like trash. And that's these entities telling us exactly what they think of us. Is you refuse to bow down to us, we won't treat you like royalty. We are the royalty. You guys are the peasants. And it's opposite in the spirit realm. And they know that. So, okay. We have this amazing thing that we're doing. Coming to Earth and to going through this inverted matrix with these entities. But we know what it means. We understand it now, and we don't want to play their games. And we refuse to. And because we refuse to, they say, okay, well, you can't have anything. You're blacklisted. You can't have money. You can't have a home. You can't have anything. You have to be homeless and destitute. And we treat you horribly. And that's how they treat you. When you are sovereign in your energies, they treat you like you are trash. We have been through some heavy shit in this life. We've been gang attacked multiple times. We've been shot at. We've been plotted against. We've been beaten. We've been backstabbed. We've been betrayed. We've been through the full works. We know how this system has been inverted against God's anointed. Knowledge is power. And with great power comes great responsibility. Knowing is only half the battle. So we have to take this forward and continue to bring light to what we're living, to bring awareness, so that we can all be conscious and look at things with clarity, so that we can decide how we want to proceed. I believe and I know in my heart that love is a unifying force in this world. And we all feel the devil has had their time. They had full reign to really mess things up. But God is here. God is awake within the hearts and souls of chosen ones, of all of us, when we really remember who we are and what we're made of. Once you know how powerful you are very intentional and purposeful about your energy and how you spend it. We have to invest wisely. The light cannot be faked. If you are not showing up authentically as your highest self, your mask will not be able to survive in the higher frequencies that Earth is ascending to. This is all part of God's divine design. And everything that has been unfolding on planet Earth has been to show who the heroes are, to show who the leaders of New Earth are going to be. And if we take a look around, we take a really good look within, more importantly. Is we'll see that it's us. And it was always us. It was always going to be us. And there is no one else but us. Our souls chose this experience to forget and then to remember again. So, looking at this and what has been done in this world, knowing that we have these earth vessels and we can make a positive change in this world that will change things and change the course of history for future generations. And we are changing the course of evolution. We have this chance and this life to do this, to work these miracles, to surrender to the Most High, to live our divine purpose, to shine our light, and to birth a free and sovereign earth. You know? Just acknowledge that opportunity that we have. It's incredible and it's amazing. And after everything we have been through in this life, and that our ancestors have been through, and that our children have gone through, we deserve it. We deserve it. We've been through hell. But we have the power to turn it into heaven. And we're doing it in so many ways, but we can always do better. And we can always advance and level up and grow and teach and ascend and do more. The old money systems are slavery, and we need to be honest about it. If we're going to change things, we have to have these conversations. And I don't know who's trying to hold on to this old world anymore, except for those who it benefits. And that's not very many of us. That's the 1%. And those that they have programmed. You know, we can heal from their entities, we can heal from their demons, we can reclaim our sovereignty. And that is truly the arc, is that salvation is within. We just have to take the driving wheel of our own earth vessels and to choose the higher timeline. But we can't fake it to get there. We actually have to rise to embody God's highest plan. It is all vibrational, it is frequency. And that is beautiful. Is that only the truly righteous and pure of heart will make it to the new earth, to 5D consciousness. We have infinite opportunity. Unlimited potential for growth and expansion and evolution. So why do we play small for these entities? And that's for everyone to ask themselves and to work on within. It is through the inner work that we find our sovereignty, and that creates outer changes in our life. And it is an amazing journey. As we grow, we see this world, and it's so small compared to who our souls are. We are eternal beings living a temporary 3D earth experience, participating in the greatest story ever written. And I'm honestly no longer attached to outcome. I want the happiest ending for humanity ever. Is we went through hell, our ancestors went through hell generation upon generation, but our souls incarnated here to be the curse breakers of our bloodlines, to awaken and be the center of infinity, where we are the bridge. We are ascending into 5D heaven frequency and guiding the light to the new way, to the new earth, and changing this world. That's what I would like to see happen. I would like to be of assistance however I can be of assistance. I want to do as much as I can to build the healing mission and build Infinity Rising into a mission for all to be a part of the Age of Light, to transition out of darkness and despair, disembodiment, division. I would like very much to create something truly beautiful with my life that will benefit future generations to come. And I think that that's destined to happen. I am sure that it is. But if it's not, I'm okay with that too. But you know what I'm not okay with? Is this half-life purgatory. Seeing the people I love so much not knowing how loved they are. Mistreating each other. Feeling so alone. Used, abused. And to be so broken. To be so unaware of the greatness that they are, that they hold within. And to see that it's because these entities have invaded. They have poisoned us every which way that they could. To calcify our pineal glands, to keep us in high cortisol. Divide and conquer was their plan from the beginning. Love and unity is winning this war. And I would love to see humanity remember who they really are and to come home to the light that has always loved them and always will. Reclaim your power, rise in your frequency, open your heart, and manifest your greatest miracle. You have a divine purpose. Your light is needed in this world, and you are very much a part of what happens going forward. As do I, and as does everyone. But why would we settle for less than we deserve? Why would we shrink ourselves or sell out when God has done so much for us and is doing so much for us? So I can't shrink myself, and I won't, and I refuse to, and something's got to change in this life because it feels like hell. And when my soul is from heaven, I feel very misplaced in this world. I feel very unseen. It is very hard for me being of so much light and being in a world that doesn't understand. Through this experience, I've had to feel so alone and so unloved. But I know that it is the opposite with God. Even though not everyone could rise to this frequency, I still have love for everyone. Even those who did me really dirty. In the end, I see that it was their wounds that they acted out in. And I have nothing but love within me for every experience that has added to this divine alchemy. I've had a lot of upgrades, And I know that every ingredient is necessary for that. It is the darkness that we endure that makes room for us to embody light. It is the healing we do. No pain, no gain. So, we came here to heal a lot. We came here to do a lot. We came here to teach and to to make a difference. It's an honor to serve God and serve humanity through serving God to such a high capacity that all of this human stuff, it feels a bit surreal. I feel a sense of separation to the plot, and because it's just plot, you know? The real story here is my eternal love with God, and that we signed up for this wonderful journey. Though it didn't always feel wonderful, it always was wonderful. I am just in a constant state of gratitude for that. And even when it feels heavy, I still know that upgrades will follow. And even if I have bad days and I break down and cry, I know that it's because my soul is very sensitive. She's from heaven and she is amazing. And, you know, I love her, I honor her, I protect her. And I am going to continue to do the best I can to make good, healthy decisions for us. Because I know who we are. And I know that our energy means something, it matters. Because we have such a purpose here. And I think that the world needs to grow with us. I think that God's chosen are here, and we love you very, 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 very much. Very, very much. And life has been exhausting, but it's been amazing. The storm's really knocked some trees over recently. I'm seeing like a lot of collapsed stuff around me. Crazy. But I didn't want to get distracted. My point really, and no, I'm not rushing it, but my point is that I am not going to be trapped in purgatory anymore. I have fulfilled my soul contract with God. God is very pleased with me and with the work that I have done. And I'm going for extra credit. If we all decide to take back our power and to create the new, this world will change dramatically. and we will help each other. We will become a unified force for good in this world. We will abolish homelessness. We will restore the divine order. The divine feminine is here. She is within. She is love. She is mother. And we are a matriarchy by God's design. That was the curse of patriarchy, is they inverted the world against God. But balance is being restored. The divine feminine has risen. They tried to bury her in lies. But her crown was always in place. It never left. She was always here. So we can embody that love. And by doing so, we break the curse. We heal ourselves with divinity. And we do that inner work, but we also do the outer work. We spread our light, spread our truth, spread awareness to what has been unfolding here, so we can all talk about it and to make sense of what has happened. So we can decide how we want to go forward as humanity, as God's chosen, who have inherited the earth. It was always ours. It was never theirs. They have no authority over us except for the authority that we grant them. And we don't have to grant them any. The banks don't own any land. Mother Earth is a soul. Souls are sovereign to God, and they cannot be owned. But we can love our Mother Earth. We can care for her. We can treat her with honor and respect, and to heal her. Build earth ships and grow gardens, compost, eat plant-based diets, clean our oceans, clean our water, pray and transmute all of the darkness and falsities of this world into purity and light and love. And we can work together with other matriarchs to build our communities and to empower each other. To birthing the new. The old systems are destabilized. Only God has true authority. By remembering the light within, we create outer results. Don't watch the news, don't fall for their lies, for their distractions, but if you do, you'll see that they are getting more and more desperate. And they know that we're waking up. They know that the gig is up. And they are doing what they can to create as much dystopia as they can. Because that's how they've been feeding. But if we anchor in and trust the higher plan that is unfolding and that God is protecting us, then no weapon formed against us shall prosper. We've already won this war in the spirit realm, and now it is ours to choose what we want to create. So I am here to do this. My soul came to earth on this divine assignment, and I said yes. I have devoted my life to this mission, to this alchemy, and I am here to help to the highest of my ability. But I can no longer just do it alone. While I'm living in survival mode, while I'm living in a life that is not befitting of spiritual royalty. When I'm living with my ex-husband, feeling trapped and isolated, not having a family, a home, a community, financial backing. And we've done that for a long time. We have, and it's made us stronger, but in order for us to continue to go, we've got to be in environments where we can really grow. So this is really my ultimatum. I'm ready to do it. And I am here to appeal to those who are ready to do it. We are divinely guided, and we see what needs to be done, and we've been planning this and working on this for an eternity. Our souls knew why we came here before we awakened and knew why we came here. So it's already been a plan set in action. But now that we are aware and we are awake and we've been well on our path, it's time. And If humanity decides they want freedom, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready. But if humanity decides to stay asleep and to keep feeding this beast system that is keeping them energetically enslaved to the third dimension of consciousness, I don't want to be here. I'm just a soul passing through. And I know what I deserve. I know what humanity deserves. And I'm ready to build it. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to lower myself. I'm not going to shrink myself. I'm not going to play small. We have infinite potential. And it would be a shame to walk away. But in a way, I kind of feel ready. If I have to leave, then I will leave. It is not my problem to fix. I carried the weight of the world my whole life. And I am just showing what can be done. I can only show you the door, but you are the one who has to walk through. So, some things need to change in my life. It is not asking for too much to have a home and a piece of land so that I can create a community of light and to build my mission in the physical. But I am not going to be a feeding frenzy for these entities. We've come too far. And the devil really, really wants that to happen. But we are so loved, we are so protected. That timeline just doesn't exist. They're not going to have that. Too many of us have anchored in the light. God's warriors are here. As long as I'm here, I'm gonna do my best. And I promise you, that is a lot. But I need help. I am infinite in my soul, but as a vessel in this human body, I'm just here. You know, I'm just a human, flesh and blood, a mortal. Like everyone else. So, yeah. Something's gonna happen. Life is about to change. Or life is about to end. I'm not attached to outcome at this point. Go big or go home. That is where I'm at. I will not settle. And I don't think we could if we wanted to. And why would we want to? If we did, it wouldn't work out. And God would say, nope, that wasn't the highest plan. That's not gonna happen. I have an even higher plan for you. So it is inevitable that we death and rebirth to our highest selves, and there's no stopping it. Those are the divine forces at work. So in a way, humanity has free will, but they don't at the same time, because they can either go the ego way or they can go God's way. But eventually, their ego is going to get themselves killed, and they're going to go through fire until they are remembering their heart and come home to God, come home to sovereignty. So we can really get there the long way, or we can get there by surrendering to the love that is within us and has never left us and never will leave us. You know, that's our life hack. That's the cheat code, is that we are God. We're playing this simulation in God mode. So, higher frequencies, higher consciousness, higher awareness. It's a beautiful design, and we are loved. So that's my proposition, that's my ultimatum, I guess, and yeah, go big or go home. I have really come to a place where I don't live within limits within myself, and I don't want to be limited in the external world. I think that our mission needs to be funded, and for us to be building our high vibrational loveness all over Gaia and getting women in positions of great influence so that we can flip this paradigm. Death to the patriarchy. Women are rising. We are the leaders. We are God's divine warriors of the light, birthing the new world. So, I'm looking forward to having my space and my environment to really building Infinity Rising and bringing other chosen ones in so that we can all put our energy together to co-create and to heal and empower each other to work miracles. We've got so much to do and just this life to do it, and God has lit us up from within. We are mission activated, chakra aligned vessels for the Most High, and there's no stopping us. So let us not think in terms of limitations. Let us transcend all barriers, break our chains of oppression, and find freedom internally and externally. I love you, beautiful souls, and thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. So many miracles are unfolding for us. So it is by the grace of God that we are here another day and that we have another opportunity to do good in this world and to create lasting change. Let's keep going and do our best. You know, we won't be perfect, but we will damn sure make a difference while we're here. So, all right, I love you. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Seriously, you gotta support us, support the light, support chosen ones, support New Earth energetically. We've got to, it's hard, I know, but we've got to really figure this out monetarily as well. Stop shopping at the Walmarts and the large corporations that want to kill us, and, you know, stop being obedient to these entities. And use what we have to invest into the age of light. So we've got to help each other. It takes unity to win it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your light. And thank you for all of the blessings that you bring to this world every day. That you are anchored in your light and in your presence. You are powerful. You are loved. You are supported. You are seen. And I thank you. So, alright, until next time, I love you, and God bless us all. Bye.